Hey out there, you cool cats. I am back for another video. So the few people who are watching this right now, props to you. Anywho, I just came back from buying a whole bunch of stuff for college. I'm leaving in about 10 days, and it's really exciting. And it's kind of funny, since 9th grade I've been wanting to go to college, since 5th grade I've been wanting to go to college, seriously. And now it's finally happening, and it's kind of weird, it's kind of scary, but it's mostly really fun and exciting. So, props to whoever is going to college now. Woo-hoo, class of 2010 in the air. But what I'm talking about, there's a lot of steps that you want to, check off in order to come, to this process to going to college. There's a lot of things that, correlate with that, and I found out that I'm still having a lot of trouble, not a lot of trouble, but there's still things that I wish I had known then that I do now about, applying to college. It would have made my life completely easier. And here are the tips that I'm going to give you for anyone who, is a senior right now or is a junior going to be a senior. You just want to know how to get to college. How do you take those steps? What bridge do you need to cross? 1. Everyone knows that throughout your high school career, it's best that you focus, study, pay attention, don't do anything stupid. Just try to have a good, eventful, peaceful life, study and do your work and do your homework. I mean, it's not like you have to be an A+ student, but as long as you maintain good grades, whatever your grades may be, C's, D's, B's, whatever, just try to maintain good grades, try to focus, do the best you can do, but don't slack off, because colleges will notice. What else? But the most important thing about applying to college, if you're a senior, or even if you're a junior and you're in summer and going to senior year right now, please, number one thing I can stress to the most is do your college essay as soon as possible, ASAP. It is not it's not 50% of what you do. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into college. It might be 20%, but it's a heavy 20%. Okay, do your college essay. I know people stress about it and talk about it a lot, and I'm sure maybe people have been planning their college essay since they're 5, but no. Do it as soon as possible. Sit down, take a day to sit down, nighttime, morning, whatever, and focus and try to think about what you're going to write. I mean, it came to a point where I was so worried about college. I was so anxious. Actually, one night I couldn't even sleep. I said, I have to do my college essay today, or I'm going to go insane. And I did. I sat down, didn't have sleep for 7-8 hours writing this essay. And I'm sure my ideas changed. I was going to do something about me and then the other piece, and I eventually found out that topic that I wanted to do. But it took a few, rough drafts to get there. You're not going to, type out a perfect essay in one go. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a lot of editing and a lot of revision, and you might just want to scrap everything and start all over again, countless of times. But, in order to do that, you have to actually write something down. It doesn't matter if you're writing one word a day or one sentence a day. Do something, because I'm telling you, when it's December and you haven't had, your essay down, you're going to be freaking out, right? It is not fun to be the only one, doing your essay and having things revised and going to the teachers, and the teachers are like, what the fuck? I thought you finished your essay, last year, right? Not fun. But me, I didn't have that problem since I finished it early October, and a weight was lifted off my motherfucking shoulders. So do your essay pronto. Another thing, quick tip about the essay. Essay topics always change. I found that a lot of other people found that no one really knows what they want to write about, and sometimes their days change. And it's okay, you want to have a piece, though, that reflects you. No matter what you're doing, whether you're, if you're in New York and you do the Common App, when you do the Common App, just do something personal about you. Make sure you're always talking about you, because, that's what they need to know. They're not going to meet you. You don't have a YouTube channel to give them. You have to show them everything about you can in 3 to 4 pages or whatever have you. So you make sure you do that. Secondly, sending things in at the appropriate times, the appropriate dates. Deadlines are crucial. It's not like school where maybe you could go to your teacher and ask, hey, can I have one more day extension? No. You have to do it by the time. So that means if they want it by let me think, early decision, like November 1st or November whatever, you do it you do it 2 weeks prior, okay, to ensure that your spot or whatever is, there, because you don't want to wake up and it's like the day before that you have to send your application and then you have to do everything the day before. No. Prepare. Preparation is key. I don't care if you're a procrastinator. This shit you don't procrastinate with, okay? Send your shit on time. If they want it, make sure you have it. Make sure you finish everything. If it's due December, you finish that shit in November, okay? So you have all the time. If something goes wrong, if your email crashes, your internet goes wacky, your guidance counselors aren't doing shit, you have time, you can fix it, but you can't fix that shit when it's one day before when it's due, okay? It's not fun, it's not cute. Another thing is, I say it big, when you're sending your stuff in, like, always double check. Always double check. I had a crazy amount of stuff that I had to send in. Everyone does. The essay, you have to submit your application, you have to submit this and that, you have to submit, like, things about you so they know who you are. Some people have extra things, supplementals, so much stuff to do. Make sure it gets there. It doesn't matter if you're emailing it, mailing it, whatever. Always call. Double check. If they say they're supposed to receive it in 3 weeks, you call every motherfucking week just in case, okay? Doesn't even matter. Let's say the 3 weeks pass, you call the 4th week just to make sure they have it. I had many issues where, like, later on I had to send health forms and all these things, and I would call them and they said, oh, sorry, we have an ad. No, they would email me, say, we haven't received this and that. And I would call them and I'd be like, well, I'm sure I mailed it out. Are you sure? And then they would go check their, mail stack, and there would be. But they would have never found it if I didn't take the time to put it aside. Always double check your stuff. And don't worry, oh, I'm probably going to bother the college. No, they have nothing better to do, okay? All they're doing is sitting their asses making some money. And you're going to use them for what their purpose is, okay? Call every time. You're sending your SAT scores, you're sending this, you're sending that. Call. Make sure. It doesn't even matter if they send you a paper. Call always. Double check everything you send. Make sure their application said, make sure your deposits are said, make sure your fees are good, everything possible. Because you do not want to be, waiting for your acceptance letter. You call the college and be like, where's my acceptance letter? They're like, oh, sorry, we didn't receive, these 3 things. And you're like, what? I didn't know. No one told me. And they're like, well, you know what? You're going to college. You're supposed to be responsible now. So be responsible. 4, your FAFSA is so important. I had to redo my FAFSA 6 times. 6. No, I think it was 7. Because I did it by myself, and I thought I was all good and cute, and I did it perfectly. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, okay? I listed myself as an independent. I didn't put in the right tax amounts. I had to take my parents' tax forms and fill it out. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was crazy. Let me just tell you that. I waited until, April to have all my financial things. I did not know how much my tuition was. No, not even April. June. That's how long it took for me to finally figure out my tuition and everything in my coverage and my financial aid, because I totally went screwy on my FAFSA. It's so important. I advise that if you have a guidance counselor, help them get you through it. If your parents have someone who does their taxes for them, talk to them. Ask them the question. Ask them, what is the form 1070, whatever. What's the section they're asking for? How do I find my parents' income tax? It is so important because they don't fucking fuck their money, okay? If the government is going to give you loans, they want to make sure they're giving you the exact loans that you need. They don't want to overspend, and they don't want to underspend either, and it's not in your benefit if they give you less than you actually need. So make sure you do your FAFSA appropriately. Leave it up. If your mom and your dad are really good at finances and that stuff, let them do it. Do not try to do that yourself. I mean, if you are a genius and you're smarter than me, okay, you go ahead. But I'm telling you that FAFSA shit is no joke. I was like, oh, it's just FAFSA, financial aid. Well, whiplash in my face. I had the fucking government sending me emails saying that they couldn't find records and things didn't match up. I thought I was going to go to jail, okay? Because if you screw up in your FAFSA and they think that you did it on purpose, your ass is going to federal prison, and that ain't fun. But after all that, a key thing about the college, experience is don't get stressed. It's so easy to, panic, as I did throughout everything, and, flip your shit and, freak out and worry, oh, I'm doing this wrong, I don't know if I'm going to college, blah, blah, blah. don't stress. This is your senior year, hopefully, or if you're graduating early, whoop-de-doo. But just chill, relax, breathe it out, okay? It's all good, all right? Just chill, okay? Just don't worry about it. Things will happen as they're supposed to happen. Just don't panic and pressure yourself, because you're not going to do yourself any good. And before you know it, senior year's done, and you're like, what the hell? All I did was cry and like bitch the whole time. Not fun. Also, for people who have received their college letters, if you're watching this video or whatnot, and you have gotten rejections or the waiting list, I know how it feels to feel rejected. I mean, not necessarily from a college, but for something I wanted. Like, if you didn't get into a certain program that you wanted, or you didn't get into something that you really wanted to get into, like the nursing program, or like electrical engineering or something big like that, or medicine, whatever. It's all right. Don't stress about it. I know, take that moment to be sad, because especially if you get rejected from like the top college that you want to go to, it hurts, you know, because you've been dreaming about going to this college for such a long time, but and then, you know, they don't accept you for whatever reason, if your grades or just the way you are or anything like that. And it's sad, you know, but college just can't accept everybody, even though we wish they did. But don't stress about it. Make sure that you have a lot of backups, because a lot of people don't get into the colleges that they want to get into. I got accepted into my college, but I didn't go there because I didn't get accepted into the program I wanted, which was nursing. So, you know, it was sad. It was a blow. I was like, I really want to go here, but I can't. So I had to move on. Of course, I fell and, you know, I cried about it. I tripped off my tear, and then I moved on. And now I'm in a college, and I'm completely fine about it. You think that it's the end of the world by not going to a college that you really want to, and it's not. Because regardless, whatever college you go to, whatever, if it's Ivy or state school or private or public or community college, you're going to have fun there if you allow yourself to have fun. If you allow yourself, oh, boo-hoo, I didn't get into Harvard, boo-hoo, I didn't get into such and such, then yeah, you're going to have a terrible time and you're going to just be miserable. But you could just look, hey, I didn't get into there, but at least I got into here. At least I'm going to have a college education. It's all going to be good. So that's what I try to stress about college. I know it's tricky. It's hectic. It's really scary sometimes, especially, you know, doing SATs, testing, making sure that your grades are good, making sure that, you know, what's your competition, who you're dealing with, especially if you want to go to a very selective college. But in the end, know that you're going to go to a college if you try. I mean, if college isn't for you, then that's okay. But don't let it get to your head so much. It is important, but you know, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a degree, and hopefully have a career. And if that's what you stick towards too, hopefully that's what will happen, you know. Life is too short to worry about these kind of things. Just, you know, do you, be positive, and hopefully positive things will come out of that. And if it doesn't, well, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, those are my tips about college. Hopefully work, hopefully you listen, and peace.